expel these things from your home now, or prepare to see your life crumble. Does it sound dramatic? Maybe. But take a moment to pause and reflect. Close your eyes and visualize a dark place, cluttered with useless things, where daylight barely enters, with piles of dirty dishes and accumulated trash. Now tell me, can you associate this scene with words like home, prosperity, happiness, wealth, abundance, fullness? Difficult, isn't it? I see other words: anguish, suffocation, entrapment, sadness. There's a reason environments like this make us feel trapped and powerless, and it's all directly linked to the suffocating energy that these spaces accumulate. But before that, I ask you to subscribe to our channel and help us grow. Comment below with your city, so I can know how far my message is reaching. Chaotic environments generate chaotic minds. It may seem like a catchy phrase, but there is a scientific basis behind it. The physical state of the environment around you directly influences your mental state. In a disorganized space, your mind tends to behave similarly. It's as if external confusion creates internal confusion, making it difficult to concentrate, plan, or even relax. Studies have shown that disorganized environments increase cortisol levels, the stress hormone. When we are surrounded by clutter, our brain becomes hyperstimulated, trying to process the large amount of visual information. This inevitably leads to increased anxiety and mental fatigue. The lack of natural light is another crucial factor. Sunlight is essential for regulating our circadian rhythms, which are responsible for controlling our sleep-wake cycle. In dark environments, our body struggles to produce serotonin, the well-being hormone, which can lead to feelings of sadness and depression. Additionally, there is something called environmental psychology, which studies how the physical environment affects our mental health. This field of study shows that clean and well-lit spaces promote feelings of safety and well-being, while dark and cluttered spaces can evoke feelings of fear and despair. This leads us to a vicious cycle. Negative environments generate negative thoughts, which in turn reinforce the negative environment. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to succeed at everything they do, while others always seem to struggle to get ahead? It may not be a coincidence that successful people often live and work in organized and clean environments. Prosperity, to a large extent, is a matter of mindset, and the environment you are in plays a vital role in shaping that mindset. When you live in a disorganized and dirty space, your brain associates that environment with chaos and a lack of control. It's as if the environment is constantly telling you that you are not in charge, that things are out of control. This can sabotage your efforts to achieve your goals, as you internalize this subconscious message and begin to believe that you indeed have no control over your life. Clean and organized environments, on the other hand, promote a sense of control and clarity. They make decision-making easier as there are fewer distractions and less visual clutter. Moreover, a well-maintained space reflects self-care, which is a crucial step in attracting prosperity. The idea that the physical environment can affect your prosperity is not new. Many ancient traditions, such as feng shui, teach that the arrangement of objects in a space can attract or repel good energies. While you don't need to believe in the spiritual foundations of feng shui to recognize that there is something true in this idea, an organized and harmonious environment naturally invites positivity and success. Now that we understand how a cluttered environment can affect our mind and our prosperity, it is important to explore how this can lead to a negative cycle, a downward spiral that is difficult to break. Imagine that you are tired after a long day of work and arrive home. Instead of finding a welcoming environment, you are confronted with dirty dishes, clothes thrown on the floor, and a poorly lit space. Naturally, this makes you feel even more tired and discouraged. These negative feelings, in turn, decrease your motivation to tidy up the space, which only perpetuates the cycle. This negative spiral is something that many of us have experienced. Clutter breeds more clutter, and discouragement breeds more discouragement. As your home or workspace becomes more chaotic, your mind also starts to feel overwhelmed, and productivity and well-being decline even further. Research shows that procrastination is often a result of a cluttered environment. When we feel overwhelmed by our surroundings, our brain may simply shut down, opting to avoid tasks instead of facing them. This can lead to a buildup of responsibilities, which becomes increasingly difficult to manage. Dirt and darkness also contribute to this negative spiral. A dirty environment can literally make you sick, not just physically, but also mentally. And darkness? Well, it deprives us of the revitalizing energy that sunlight offers, plunging us into a state of inertia that is hard to escape. So far, we have discussed how clutter, dirt, and darkness can affect your mind and life. But what does science have to say about it? Environmental psychology is a field that studies the relationship between humans and their physical environments. According to this field of study, the spaces we live and work in have a direct impact on our emotional and cognitive states. For example, a study conducted by Princeton University found that cluttered environments make it difficult for the brain to focus on a single task, as it is constantly being stimulated by various visual distractions. Another study, conducted by UCLA, found that cortisol levels, the stress hormone, were significantly higher in women living in disorganized homes. These elevated stress levels not only affect mood but can also have physical impacts, such as high blood pressure, sleep issues, and weight gain. Additionally, cognitive psychology tells us that the human brain has a limited processing capacity. When we are surrounded by clutter, this capacity is overwhelmed, leading to feelings of mental fatigue and low productivity. That's why we often feel exhausted in messy spaces even without engaging in physically strenuous activities. Physical environments are not the only factors that affect our mind and our prosperity. The words we use, both spoken and thought, also have an incredible power to shape our reality. When you refer to your space as a mess, a junk, or even impossible to organize, you are reinforcing that negativity. Words have a profound impact on our perception and consequently on our behavior. When we use negative words to describe our environments or our ability to organize them, we are actually programming ourselves to believe that we are incapable of making the necessary changes. The language we use shapes our thoughts, and our thoughts shape our actions. If you constantly tell yourself that your home is a chaos, or that you will never manage to get everything in order, you are conditioning yourself to live in that state of disorder. On the other hand, positive and affirmative words can help create a cycle of self-confidence and action. An effective technique is to replace negative words with positive ones. Instead of saying, "My house is a chaos," try saying, "My house is in the process of transformation." This change in language may seem simple, but it can have a powerful impact on how you view your space and your ability to organize it. If a disorganized, dirty, and dark environment can harm your mind and push away prosperity, the good news is that you have the power to change that. The transformation begins with small steps, and each improvement in your physical environment can bring significant benefits to your mental and emotional health. Here are some practical tips to start the change. Tidy up your space. Start by removing items that you don't use or that don't bring you joy. This can be difficult at first, but it's an essential step toward creating a cleaner and more organized environment. Regular cleaning. Maintain a cleaning routine to ensure that your space is always welcoming and free of dirt. This includes washing dishes, taking out the trash, and keeping the floors clean. Embrace natural light. Open the curtains, clean the windows, and let the sunlight into your space. If possible, rearrange the furniture to maximize the entry of natural light. Use positive words. As discussed earlier, the language you use to describe your space is crucial. Replace negative words with positive and motivating affirmations. Organize with intention. Every item in your space should have a specific place. This not only helps with organization, but also creates a sense of harmony and order. Create a welcoming environment. Add elements that bring comfort and joy to your space, such as plants, scented candles, or decorative items that you love. By adopting these practices, you not only transform the environment around you, but also begin to change your mindset. An organized and clean space is a reflection of a clear and focused mind, ready to attract prosperity and success. Life is a reflection of the environment you live in. If your space is a place of disorder and darkness, it's likely that your mind is in a similar state as well. However, by taking steps to create a more harmonious environment, you will also be taking steps to improve your mental health, increase your productivity, and attract more prosperity into your life. Remember, change starts with small steps. You don't need to transform your entire space at once. Start with one room, one corner, or even one drawer. The important thing is to start and keep progressing. Each small victory contributes to a more positive environment and a more prosperous life. Now that you know the impact that the environment has on your life, it's time to take action. Share in the comments what the first thing you will do to improve your space is. And if you haven't already, don't forget to mention what city and country you are watching us from.